a lot of these older guys like to pretend that it's not happening. And it's okay to not want to be associated with it, but it's there. We went to high school with them. Mm-hmm. I was one at some point. Married men. Married men. I've waited for the day. You guys will perish.
Your days, yeah.
What's crazy is this conservative African mindset believes that like locking up someone who slept with a chicken is okay, that's normal. But a guy on guy, oh my god, like.
First of all, you're taking me to prison so that I can even do it properly.
We're here to ask the questions that no one is really asking. Yeah?
Yep.
It's 2024.
Why are you still in the closet?
Ooh.
What's going on?
Ooh.
Is everything fine at home?
Ooh.
Is everything fine at work?
Ooh.
Inside?
Now, I was seeing there's this study that was saying that there was an increase in men who are having sex with men in Kenya by 76%. And I said, why do we pretend that it's not in this country? A lot of these older guys like to pretend that it's not happening. And it's okay to not want to be associated with it, but it's there. We went to high school with them. Mm-hmm. I was one at some point.
I am. I mean,
thank you.
Come on.
And looking good while at it.
Thank you, baby.
So like, we want to know what is the reason as to why people are pretending they're, straight and they're not.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, everyone knows you're not straight. We all know you're just pretending.
We can tell, honey.
We can all see it. We've had stories. I've personally seen some of you, drop that kitty down low.
Ooh.
And it's just like, why are you pretending? Like, come on. The next person you're trying to please or to pretend that you're straight to is also... Probably they even want you. That brother that you're trying to pretend to you're straight to, or you're telling, I have many babes, I have many bitches. Can I say that? I'm going to edit that out. But like, why are you acting like...
It's like,
we know.
And I think it's most people haven't accepted it within themselves. So it's hard to come out to their family or just be open with it, which is understandable. But you have to be true to yourself, and especially in a society that wants you to be like perfect or straight. Like, why are you forcing people to be straight?
Yeah.
I feel like people are born the way they are. No one really wakes up and says, I like men.
Yeah. How do you expect me to choose the short end of the stick? Really? You really think I want to suffer in this country? In these hard times? Baby, I want to be up here. And if I have to be myself and be up there, I'm going to do it. So I think that actually the issue is most people don't love themselves.
Oh,
and haven't been taught to love themselves.
Yeah.
And for me personally, how I got here was through trauma. I had to, it was like forced upon me. So it's like, you can't be in the closet the whole time. It's not healthy. You're going to suffocate in there. And besides, there's a whole world out here. Like, come on.
Which brings me to where like, is this trauma kind of building these LGBTQ community guys to be successful? Like, these people are moneyed down to the T. I've not met anyone gay that is struggling.
Yep.
And if they do, they're really good at what they do.
Yep. And if they're struggling, trust me, it's for a while. You'll just see them come up out of nowhere. And partially, part of the reason why we actually come up is because we are so segregated.
Yeah.
And so when something is unique and no one is used to it, everyone is going to focus on it.
Yeah.
And now when you show me you're focusing on me, I'm not stupid. I'm going to milk this situation.
Attention.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, you want to watch me? Watch me. I'm going to dress well. I'm going to make you want me, and I'm going to reject you.
And the crazy thing is, especially when I went to high school, they would like pretend it's not there or bash people who are like lesbians. Mm-hmm. And I was like, these people don't choose to want girls. I mean, there's no one who chooses. I mean, I'm attracted to men. This is not a choice.
The ghetto.
But I don't know. I feel like Kenyans just need to accept that it's in the country.
I feel like they know.
Yeah,
they're trying to, this is the thing. People want you to be perfect. But even if I was perfect, do you really think I'd be you?
Ooh.
You are not close to perfect. Okay? You are an example of what I left behind. If I followed what you're doing, I would be you. And quite frankly,
I don't want to be you.
Exactly. You ain't it. You are just not it.
I don't want to glorify the trauma, but it's made like great, successful people in this business. Oh my God, gay people are talented.
Very, and we are very loyal if you're loyal to us.
And I love that.
Yeah, because we know how it feels like to be on your own, and people are just like, you walk into a room and everyone's like, oh, there they go again. Bro, what did I do to you?
Kwanzaa, let me address these guys. You people who pretend that you're so homophobic that you cannot breathe. If there's another gay person, first of all, no one cares.
Yeah.
Your face card has been declining. No one has complained. And no one wants you. Like, he hasn't even approached you. I feel like it's either they don't understand it or they haven't taken the initiative to see that people live outside how they live.
Exactly. People are very
Different
confined to their own way of the life.
Yeah.
And they think everyone should subscribe to how they live. And it's like, no, you've not even gone outside your county and you're telling me to start living life how you live life. Like, come on, babes. You're probably even in the closet. I think you want me because there's no way you're obsessed with me like that.
You can't be obsessed with something you don't want.
Exactly.
And another thing is like, Kenya, the highest watched porn is gay porn. So who's really the viewers?
Exactly.
Who's really the viewers?
Exactly. Why are you watching gay porn? Why are you watching gay porn?
If it's really that, and the thing is, most older guys, or rather like the millennials or the Gen X, they believe like it's an abomination, like it cannot be in an African country. It's there, guys. I'm not asking you to accept it.
Yeah.
We're not forcing it down your throats. We're telling you it's there. So can we coexist with these people? Can they have rights?
In fact, there's a book, I'm currently reading this book called...
You're reading, I like
I'm
that.
reading. There's this book called African Husbands and Co-Wives.
Okay.
Something, I can't remember the title, I just started it recently. And it talks about how there's so much history of gay people in Africa that has been abolished when colonialism happened. Because the white people came and then they brought the religion and everything.
Yeah.
And so many things that we had have been washed away. We don't even know they were there. So unless you dig into your research, there are so many homosexual relations. Because look at this. There are people who, like guys will go looking for food and they'll go away from their home for days. Mm-hmm. And they're gonna get urges. And by that time, they didn't even feel things. Do you really think Baba Nani cares if this is a boy? Baba Nani cares if I'm getting my stuff right now. I have an emotional bond with this person. I know this person.
Yeah.
They're milking me well, if you know what I mean. And when they go home, it's no one asks. They just know when I went to get food. I went to get
security.
Exactly. And I came back with it. No one knows at night I was clapping someone's cheeks.
Yes, I do. Mostly guys, because they're afraid of judgment and all that masculinity. Because if you look at the society, most women are out, but the guys, most of them hide, mostly politicians or people in higher places. So guys are more hidden than girls. I think it's because of judgment or pride, because most men, they are homophobes. Like utapata in most situations, a man would like bash another man for being gay, and he himself is just gay, and they're lying, they're just ashamed of it. It's like you're ashamed of what you are, and it's not something you can control.
Now let me get right into the tea. Married men.
Married
men. I'm waiting for the day you guys will perish.
Your days, yeah.
These guys are at home with their wives, kids, everything is great. They're great, but they're providers and they're loving. But at the side door, not a woman, but a man is your enemy.
Not even a man.
So open your eyes. That's what I'm saying. And even women. I remember I'll tell you another story, but she was married and she was into me and I was gonna fold. Honestly, she was very rich.
Why didn't you fold?
I respect married people. I think there's some karma in that. Do you?
I do. I do. Every time I date someone and then later when I find out they're married, I just ghost.
Later on, are you sure?
Very much. Because they hide it.
They
and
do.
how I know is when I go to their house. I go to the house, I see a bike there. Why is that child's bike in your house? You can't tell me that's your nephew or your niece's house, your bike. What's going on? And then I'm seeing pictures on the wall. I'm like, I thought you said you lived on your own. It's like, yeah, let's just ignore that. I'm not ignoring that. I need to know what is going on here. And then they're like, okay, let me be honest. I have a wife, I have 2 kids, but they're not here right now. They've traveled. They've gone to see their grandma.
What is so hard in saying that on the first meetup?
Yeah, so that I can just stop talking to you.
Dusty.
Every time even when I have moments where I download Grindr. When you know. And
everyone has urges.
Exactly. So the most people I've talked to on Grindr are married men. And I never know they're married. We just send each other photos, we talk, the bond is great. I'm like, this is amazing. And then now, like later on, when they start like telling me, you feel like you're such a safe space, like everything is fine, let me come clean to you. And then they're like, so I have a wife and she knows I'm into men, but she allows me to do it unless I show her who it is. Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not about to be a third party. It's either me or forget me.
But you know what? I love a supportive wife. As long as the kids don't suffer. Because you can't control. That's exactly what I'm trying to mean. You can't control who you're attracted to.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But even though, I mean, just come clean.
Come clean.
Don't introduce me to a vibe that you know you can't maintain. For me, I know, now this person has shown me I'm the only person that they're talking to. And for me, I'm also going to show you, if you take me seriously, I will take you so seriously. I'll treat you like my skincare routine, day in, day out.
But I disagree, imagine.
For real?
I feel like if this guy can maintain the family, the wife knows, he doesn't have to come clean. He just goes, get his urges, comes back, provides security, everything. But the wife knows. And also how she's getting it from somewhere else. Probably she's a lesbian, so...
True.
They're just adopting
and
kids.
You know, that's actually another thing that happens. There's the gay people who marry lesbians just for like societal images. And then once they're in the marriage, they've done the whole wedding, the families are like, this one is married, has a wife, they have kids. It's like back to square one, where I'm originally from. The gays.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And even sometimes they just have a house. Like there's this couple I know.
God have mercy.
Like they meet each other, like they don't have kids, but they're just married for the sake of like finances and like
convenience.
Exactly. And they come from a very strict background. So the only time they meet each other, like the man works abroad and the lady works around here. So when she met me, she's like, you look fruity. And I'm like, thanks, but what's going on? She's like, you should meet my husband. I'm like, why should I meet your husband? That's how I knew. I just knew they have a planned marriage and it's just for show. It's just for show, literally for show. And because they're afraid of judgment from their family, their colleagues.
Hierarchy. Also.
And the big people.
Like, can we get into the politicians?
You guys are so lucky that finance bill was rejected.
Families would have been broken.
That list was long.
Can you tell me who's on the list? I'd love to know.
On the side. Because these people are just... Like, for me, if I see them, I'm just like, this one is not straight. There's something called a gator.
Okay.
It's like, ding! You know how, like, when you're, like, mining and, like, looking for minerals, and then you're just like, ding! That's exactly it. So I would go somewhere, and I'm like, maybe he is, but I'm not feeling it like that. And maybe I could feel it, but because I'm not attracted to you, I don't care. You be gay over there.
Yeah.
But if I'm attracted to you, and I just know, I'd like, ding, 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 ding. Yup. And then it's usually sad when it's like, they're partnered, but their partner is cheating on them. It's like, baby, love yourself enough. Come to me. I love you. But it's okay. It's just like, I mean, that's what you chose. That's what you're comfortable with. You do you, and I'm gonna do me. But when you like decide to,
own up to it.
Yeah.
And my question to you is, why do you think people are scared to come out? Because there's so many.
Have you ever been in a situation where everyone knows you for one thing and then they make it's so bad that no one wants to interact with you? So it's like now you're in survival mode. Yeah. So many people don't want to be in a predicament where you're just on your own. Like, you're always scared. You're always like, I hope no one is seeing what I'm doing. And then you're going to lose a lot. Because right now, where society is, especially in Africa, Kenya, we work on this norm of it's normal, so it goes. If it's not normal, we don't do that here.
Yeah.
And you're going to lose out on that. So I really admire a lot of queer folk who are themselves and they're getting opportunities.
Oh,
I know how hard it is. I have turned down so many things because people tell me you can't come in like that as yourself. You need to come in as someone else. We need to market you as this. And I'm like, no. First of all, F you. And F you for thinking I'm going to listen. Yeah, you just met me.
By the way, too. Yeah, I don't need you.
Yeah, I don't need you.
I come as all of this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the moment you reject them, now they start a smear campaign. That's another thing that people are afraid of. Stigma, smear campaigns. You really need to
look at Milk Mill.
Look at Milk Mill. Look at Diddy.
You see,
aside from everything he's done which is wrong, just look at what people are focusing on Diddy.
Yeah.
It's not even about him beating up people, dragging people, holding people hostage. He was clapping males' cheeks. And the audio is there for us to listen to. That was not cute, but we had it.
What was the big deal? I feel like you're still, okay, if you're married with a woman, I feel like you're going that other way as well. You're definitely trying. I don't know. So what is the big deal? Like, why is it such a big deal?
I feel like people have so many skeletons in their closet. So once someone has theirs out there, it's like, ooh, let's put it on them so that no one thinks about me.
Look, you guys, look at this guy.
Yeah, look at what they're doing. That whole time, this person is embezzling, kidnapping, probably even pedophilia. Ew, shame on you. You need to
just
die.
talk at all.
And just like, what the hell? Like, exactly. Just because someone is in bed with the same gender, first of all, you don't even know how good it is putting it down. You're just thinking of me. You're probably even thinking of me when you're doing it with someone else.
Homophobia, it screams to me that you're gay.
Exactly.
Because I've never in my life ever said, I have a problem with a lesbian person, ever. Had any effect. Which makes me think about the stereotypes that people have when it comes to homosexuals. There's so many, like, wamerogwa. They're not normal. If something terrible, like, remember what happened to Chiloba? I don't know if I can mention him because it's a bit heavy. But his case made people be like, oh, it's because he's from the LGBT. You can get murdered just for existing.
Exactly.
This idea that he was gay, that's why he was murdered, is crazy. And the mob justice in this country needs to stop.
I've experienced it personally.
Talk about it.
No one would even know I've gone through mob justice. I'm always telling people, I'm grateful to God because I don't look like the things I've been through. If I did, if those weapons that were formed against me worked, I don't even think I'd be here. I'd probably be a memory.
Oh my God.
Yeah, imagine having 1,000 people put you in a corner and each wanting to hit you. So I got like 10 people beating me. Now it's becoming a line. So it got to a point I'm actually numb. I can't feel shit. I'm just waiting for it to end. Exactly. No one knows this side of me. And everyone is just talking shit. I'm like, you know what? And there are people who are like, those people didn't do a good job because they should have finished the job. Yes. Yeah, I hear so many things and I'm like, I won't even bother to speak on it or to talk to you because you don't know my story. I never spoke my side of the story because I feel like what's the need to speak my side of the story? Because one, no one wants to believe me. Two, you've already made me the villain. And if you make me a villain, by the way, I'm going to be a very hot villain. I will gym, I will dress nice, and I will make sure whatever I'm doing, I'm going to be good at it. And my revenge is just to go to places you can't afford.
Thank you.
Period.
Immediately. And make sure that security escorts you outside.
Escorts you outside. You can't even access
where's
the
he come?
gates. It's like, why are you dressed like that? Go away. Period. Because that's another thing. Like mob justice is it's a thing. Like for me, someone came and intervened. If it wasn't for that person, and that person was like a big, it was in school, a deputy principal intervened. If it wasn't for him, I'd be gone. And I was actually just ready. Actually, when I was getting beat up, I was just praying. I'm just like,
did you try through hands?
I did once and hey,
So unajaribu?
hey, now it became
What
2
you
for
tried?
2. I'm like, okay.
Wait.
Now in that moment, I'm just
This
like,
was just a
God,
prank.
if I go wherever I'm going, the other side that I'm going, please let it be like good spirits or whatever that are gonna take me.
Yeah.
You know, I just that way. Then the moment it stopped, I'm like, so I thought I'm dead. Because like it stopped. So I'm just there. I'm like, I'm dead. I thought death was painful, you know.
What?
Then I just had someone stand up, come. So now there are like 4 prefects and I'm surrounded like a cerebrary, but literally.
It all began back in the day.
That is where it took her. And I'm just like, you know, it's like I'm just walking. And then I couldn't feel the pain. Now when I was in a place where I could like just sit, oh my God, I felt the pain. Now I feel like puking. I don't know the science behind that, where you're nervous and you start puking. I was like, what the hell? I knew my life was over actually. That was it for me. I knew this is it for me. I'm going home. I know my parents aren't supportive. So I just know I'm on my own.
And I want to ask, does it like toughen you? Or,
Of course.
yeah?
It does.
Would you
'Cause
say
I
it's
was
made you stronger?
I came from a rich kid school in primary. Then I went to a public school in high school. Culture shock is real. So I was just like, okay, now I need to know how to keep some things to myself. And already like growing up, even my family wasn't supportive. I knew if I tell them some things, they're never going to support me.
Yeah.
So I was always growing up, I was a quiet one. I was quiet, I was weird, I was just always shy. So like people who grew up with me, when they see me right now, they're like, what the hell?
What happened to you?
Like, who the hell is this? I don't remember this. I'm like, that's because I hid it. I knew this part of me would come out one day.
Yeah.
And I was like, it has to be the right time.
Yeah.
Not just prematurely when I can be attacked. And there's some things I didn't even know. Like talking about sex. You know how we're taught about heterosexual sex in school? They don't teach us about how the gays have sex. You go out here, you learn about it in the worst way possible.
You find it like, okay, personally, I found it in a family member's phone. I was like, no, like it was heterosexual.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I was like, I never knew this. So now I'm just like, who are you behind closed doors? And I will never unsee that. So every day when I see them, I pretend.
It's like this one likes porn. And then especially this category. Uncle Nani, where? Yeah, so it's usually just like, okay, it's happened.
And I feel like we're focusing on, if we're talking about mob justice, can we start with the people with the actual problems? Can we start with the pedophiles, the people who are raping chickens? I think that's the concern.
Why are you effing a chicken to like what's going on in your head? Like you woke up, you're like, let me brush my teeth, let me shower, smell good, dress great. Someone thinks I'm going to work. Kumbe, I'm eyeing this cuckoo for my neighbor. There it has nice feathers there that are brown. It's like, that one, I'm gonna do it. That's how you think. That's basically how they think.
What's crazy is this conservative African mindset believes that like locking up someone who slept with a chicken is okay, that's normal. But a guy on guy, oh my God, like.
First of all, you're taking me to prison so that I can even do it properly. Gonna be a queen pin. Like, you know, my issue is you're throwing me in prison thinking that it will end. But you don't even know that is where now I'm going to thrive. And if you give me
your villain arc.
I watched this documentary of this I think it was in Brazil. It's some South American documentary where in the prison there's
they're ghetto.
There's rankings. So once you're thrown in, there's a queen who she is like the wife to the strongest guy. That's her protection.
Wow.
And whatever she says goes. Because if you cross her, you're crossing that guy, and that guy is going to bash you.
And he's capable.
He's
the highest.
Because if he needs to release, that's the partner.
And it's a guy.
Yes.
I love
it's a
that.
guy with like pigtails. So sassy. You guys think I'm sassy.
Because they're in prison. In prison, these systems of...
Yeah.
In prison, these systems.
So if I go there, now that queen is going to be like, that's competition. I need to either eliminate or show you that, bitch, you are beneath me. And as much as you're going to shine, I'm the original. Me. Nobody passes me. That's how it is. And the sentence is, I think, a lifetime sentence. And actually, they said they're not ready to leave, because if they leave, all they know is inside there. They were locked in when they were like 22. And now he's like 34, 33.
I'm leaving. I don't care if I was there for 5 seconds.
The thing is,
50
he got
years.
the most respect inside there compared to outside.
I'll get it outside. I'll find it. Hey,
And
guys.
there's food, there's protection.
Rent.
What rent? you're literally what rent? And then even the thing is, some security guards,
Down low.
nothing like down low. They be knowing,
Oh
just
my-
ejaculating in people's holes and just letting it slide. And then they go home to their wives. Yeah, I brought money, food. Yeah, how are the kids? Are you going to school? Oh, I love picture perfect. Goes back to their word. Does their thing like that.
So my question to the downloads is like, what are you hiding for?
Yeah.
We already like, what's the
Yeah.
point? If you can, live your best life.
And there's this group on Facebook talking about like the down low. And then everyone there has their profile photo.
So it's really...
So are you really on the down low? What's like...
You've
You're
not
confused,
tried.
babe. I think you're very confused. And you just... Jikubali too. Just like... But anyway, but that's the thing. There's so much spotlight on gays.
Yeah.
And there's a video I did like earlier this year when I was talking about like the floods, saying the people who need to like repent. And I started with the gays. Oh my God. We are not the problem. It's just sometimes we work through our trauma. There's no safe space for us out here. And if it is, we've created
Yeah.
it. And we have to make it secret. Because every time we even have an event, unaonanga hapo like venue, buy a ticket and you'll be told. So my thing is, even if I buy a ticket, what if I'm someone who wants to lynch you? And now I'm there pretending, and then I buy the ticket, and I come there and I'm like, all right, all of you
Everybody down.
down.
We're burning this to the
right
ground.
now. That's
true.
really a fear we have. We can't even breathe in peace. That's why I'm always saying, if I died today, I died doing the best I could, being myself, not living a version of myself that someone wants me to live. Ew.
Sanitized.
I did it on my accord. And it's because people actually pushed me out. I was in the closet, heavy in the closet.
I was fine.
Yeah, but you pushed me out. And now that I'm out, now you have a problem with it.
It's never made sense to me.
Be for real.
It's never made sense to me. You want them to come out, they come out. It's too much. They want them to hide, they hide. It's you're gay. Like,
What do you
can I
want?
live?
Exactly. Like,
Can
why
I
are you so
live?
obsessed with my life? Like, what's going on? Like, you need to actually tell us the truth. What's going on with you?
And I feel like you need to tell me also why are the gays so successful in everything?
Let me give you this instance. I know I'm gonna get so many religious people are gonna come for me, but I'm ready. In the Bible, God uses the people you never expect him to use. Look at David. David was that boy who was in the shamba. No one expected anything from him. Look at Joseph. Joseph was literally sold by his own family.
It'd be your own.
Your own. I know
Okay,
y'all
follow
are
Joseph.
watching me. I know y'all. Look at everyone who's been used by God. It's Moses. Look at all these people. They're like either people who are left for dead.
Society's
or like,
lowest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And God is like, I'm going to show you.
I can use anyone.
And it's not gonna be you because you
Yeah.
think you're me. While you're over there, let me show you. I'm going to use this person and I'm going to protect them. Anytime you try to attack them, I will attack you times 10.
And they'll rise.
Exactly.
And I'm here for it. I think I am.
That's why I'm sure some of the people who are watching are like, how the hell did I get this opportunity? Imagine it's God. Now this one I can actually say, ni God. I didn't sleep with anyone for this. Wow.
And another thing is like people assume they're paid to like, no, I feel like they're just living their best life.
Yeah.
And for that, they get rewarded.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
don't want to please anyone. In fact, it always starts with, I have to leave this country. I have to leave this country.
Yeah,
I have to
leave this country. I can't stay
then
here.
At some point, you just get this spine of, no one is going to touch me. I'm going to use the money that I've accumulated to leave
Yeah.
this country wisely. I'm going to invest. I'm going to talk to the right people. I'm not just going to...
Leverage. I need leverage so that
Exactly.
even if they come for me, I'm prepared.
Exactly. And who has pushed us to this point? It's
You.
you. It's not me. It's you. In fact, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have known I'm this powerful.
Talk about it, clock it.
I wouldn't have known. It's because of you. That's what I'm saying. like you think you're my enemy, but for me, you're my stepping stone. Thank you so much for the hoist. I am soaring right now. Bye-bye. I hope my ass looks fat as I'm flying.
I hope I look good while at it.
Yeah, I know I look good. I just hope the ass is fat. Okay. So it's you. It's nothing else. Because when I was born, I knew, oh, I like guys. I remember watching this music video by Nelly.
Yeah.
It's getting hot in here. I was like, ooh, this man is mine. Then I go to school, the other boys are talking about the ladies in bikinis. I'm like, ew.
There's an imposter among us. And I don't know who it is.
Me. But I'm not gonna say shit. I remember I used to have a Barbie doll in school. Not a Barbie, but like a dolly. It became a whole thing when I was a kid. Can you imagine? I was a kid and I used to go through so much stigma.
So can you really tell me that you've chosen in that moment?
didn't choose
No, this is how I am.
Yeah, I always knew. So now I had to like try it. Let me tell you, I've tried so hard
To dumb it down.
fit in.
Yeah.
And every time I did, it led me back to who I was.
We're happy for you here. I am happy for you.
Thank you. The
Yeah.
process wasn't great, but you know.
The haters, they can die.
I mean, you know, the thing is, they think about me, but I don't think about you. What's
Not
a
a
sheep to
day.
a tiger?
Not a day.
None. You think about me. And what you don't know is, you thinking about me, it just manifests. Because the more you talk about me, bro, I haven't even paid for marketing. And like, let's say I have a shoot I'm doing, and then you talk about me,
I'm like,
that's when
thanks.
I release it. It's release. So like, who is this you're talking about? Then they go and check, it's like, okay.
I feel like using that attention to your benefit is the A1 thing to do.
And what most homophobic people don't get is that not everyone thinks like you. Just because you're friends with someone doesn't mean they're homophobic like you. Maybe your friend is your friend, but they also like guys and or like girls, depending on their gender. And now they're hearing you speak, and that's why they're going to stay in the closet because they don't want to lose their friend.
Yeah.
Because they've built years of friendship. They've grown up together, they've done business together, they've cried together, they've buried people together, they've seen people get married together. And then they're hearing you talk like that. And you're speaking like that, you don't even know your friend is part of the community.
Imagine.
So it's just like,
So they're
damn.
forever going to stay in the closet.
Yeah,
I'm not coming
double
out.
life.
And I think judgmental people, I've always said this, are very not intelligent. If you can't understand that there are people who live outside of how you think, you are in fact low intelligence.
In fact, you should go and apologize to a tree for producing that oxygen for you to breathe. Why are you here?
Why you even
wasting
come?
our time? You're not even being a productive citizen, just wasting time, being small-minded. Expand your mind.
Open-mindedness and oh my goodness.
It's 2024, babe. Like,
We're entering the 30th century.
Exactly. And for some of you, you need to know you're getting a taste of the future. You might not be here when it's happening, but
it's
this
gonna
is going to be-
happen.
This is a conversation we're having now, so that when people in the future, let's say 30-something, 30, 22, guys are like, you know, in 2024, this was a bad thing. It was so hard. Right now, it's normal. I mean, probably there'll be flying cars. You know, like serious things to talk about, like the economy, you know, or like why there are poverty cases still. Why?
World hunger.
Yeah, I'm catching a nut. What's wrong with you?
There's deeper things, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like even politicians do that. Like when we raise a topic to talk about something serious, they just say LGBT.
Blind to them.
Yeah, LGBT. Like, seriously, you need to understand yourself before you try to understand other people.